There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes of all teenagers, welcome back. Welcome back. We're doing some more Fallout settlement building today, as per usual. I've been very happy with the performance of it so far. And you know what? I was very, very happy and very surprised to see how well received the episode 4 was. I was extremely surprised to see how well episode 4 has performed with the castle so far. That's very, very honestly completely unexpected, and it's a blessing that anyone would be willing to watch me spend 3 hours using console commands to very, very slowly modify the walls. But it was lots of fun. It was lots of fun. So we're back. We're going to be doing some more stuff for the castle and for the Minutemen as a whole. I've got a few things I'm working on. All at the same time. I don't know how clear I've been about the way I've worked on the actual save game for this save of Fallout. My canon, of course, is that, 9 years later, I'm working on making everything look and feel as if it's been 9 years, but so far I haven't even gotten to the Institute yet on this save. This is all just me planning through things. So I'm still working on all that. I did a little bit of research to make sure that I wasn't going to lose out on any opportunities to have the Brotherhood on my side if I went with the Minutemen as the group that actually gets me into the Institute, and looks like we're good there, which is nice. It's very helpful. It's very helpful. So I'm doing a lot of that off stream, because this is mostly just other than the automaton stuff, because I needed to get that done. This is supposed to be a settlement building series, not a let's play through the game series. But I can do that. I can also do that at some other point if that's something you guys would be interested in. Go ahead and let me know, either live here on Kick or in the comments on the VODs. Which again, I'm very happy with how the VODs have been performing. But with all that, how about we actually just jump into it, and I can show you guys what I've done so far. So I alluded to this, well, I didn't allude to it. I showed a little bit of this last time on Saturday. A little bit of this on Saturday. I went ahead and I did modify more of the castle. I moved all of the planters up to there, so they're all in a bit of a line there. We've got some space. And then we've got the bunkhouse. Instead of 2 bunkhouses, we've got 1 large brick bunkhouse. I'm going to go ahead and switch into FreeCam. There we go. So we've got 1 large bunkhouse. No windows on this side because it's the external wall, and it's facing towards one of the locations that raiders can possibly enter. I'd rather not have that be a bit of a weakness, but we've got internal windows. We've got smaller balconies for when these windows are opened. And a lot of bunting. Internally, it looks like this. Very sterile, very standard, and very clean floors, but functional. We can do some decorations. We can do some decorating. I've got a little bit of this place decorated so far, but nothing crazy. Nothing too much. I didn't want to do too much of it off camera, if I could help. I then went and tested out. I tested trying to build Sarge 2 and see if I could actually get him to stay in one specific place. But as it turns out, I can't. And I forgot that this is how the castle worked. That if I assign people to guard posts within the castle, they will patrol the entire castle itself. They won't just stay at the guard posts. At any other settlement, this would not be an issue. At any other settlement, they would just stay at their post, or they would move from post to post if they're assigned to multiple, because they can be assigned. They have a different number of guard posts they will move to depending on how much defense the individual guard post provides. If they will guard up to 6 different locations for a total of up to 12 defense points. So if you have 3 guard posts that provide 4 defense points each, 4 guard posts that provide 3 defense points each, or if you're just using the mats and you've got 2 defense points each for each of those mats, then they will switch between up to 6 of them. And at the castle, what that means is that they're going to patrol the walls, like this guy is here, and like Preston likes to do. So I can't really have Sarge patrolling around the castle, only because of how cumbersome that would be. So instead of building a Sarge 2, we're just gonna save the automatron bots for other settlements. We'll save them for something later. I mean, I could think of a very interesting use for Vault 88. You know, we could build a prison. We could build a prison in Vault 88. Pretty secure, underground. I don't know. But we could have, wherever we do, you know, wherever we go ahead and build like a prison or whatever, we could have the bots guarding the prison. I don't know. We've got time to think about it. We've got a lot of time. Because today we're continuing to work on the castle. Now, before I jump out of free cam, one other thing I wanted to show you. One other thing. Where is it? Is it on this side? Yes. Oh. All right. So I got to fix that. There we go. All right, then. What I was going to say is I built a little pen for our Brahmin here, and any other Brahmin that we might get. It doesn't have a gate because Brahmin can open doors for no reason. I don't know why Brahmin can open doors, but they can open doors. So there's that. I really hoped that I had placed these on the right side, but I guess I didn't. So oh well. Oh well, but yes, we've got so much more build space down here now. We can probably move these somewhere else. These water pumps are only here because these used to be down here, so we can move those as well. But we've got plenty of build space. I just need to know what we want to build. We've done a lot of decoration. We've done a lot of internal decoration so far. Mostly internal decoration for the base exchange, which I was very, very happy with our progress. And it's nice to see that everyone's actually working today. I'm looking at you. But with all of that, yeah, let's get into it. There we go. All right, first things first, I gotta get that cow, that Brahmin, FF01C033, move to player. Oh, that's not what I meant. All right then. Right then. In that case, let's go and fix this light's location. There we go. All right, now I'll move you into me. Zero one C2CF. 01 C2CF. Are you in? Hey, look at that. It's in. Perfect. Yeah, I know. I know, buddy. I can't have you flying. I can't have you flying around. All right, but yeah, we've got so much space. So much space to build now. And I am at a loss for what we actually should build. I don't know. We can work maybe on some armaments. Maybe we go ahead and we build out that landing platform. That landing platform we previously had. Maybe we build out a little section for the for some vehicles to be parked. I don't know. Because if I do, then I have to rearrange some of the wall sections to be, okay, well, this is how they get in and out. And this is how they actually access this. Wonderful that I have vehicles parked in this gated section, but, you know, if the tank is too wide to fit through the section I've got for them, how do they get anywhere? I don't know. I guess I could cut that out, place another set of stairs there, and that should be wide enough for the tanks to move. Let's look. Would that be wide enough? Ooh, it would just be wide enough. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Well, that definitely solved that question. Or that problem, I guess. Nice. Nice. Okay. So that is just barely a wide enough section. So it's, I guess, 1.5 foundation blocks wide is what's necessary. All right, that's manageable. Then what we'll do, we'll have a bunch of things parked up against this wall here. How does that look? Pretty darn good. Okay. Okay. And then we'll do the same with Minutemen APCs, although which direction do I want to park them? Do I want to park them front facing or I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's if the tank can fit through, these guys can fit through, so that's not my biggest concern. As long as they've got room to get in through the back, I think we should be fine. No, because the APC needs to actually drop its door, so... Yeah. Yeah, that's plenty of space. Then are we going to use this one, or are we going to use the... Is it the Homemaker one? No, I think it's SKE, right? Where is it? Is it MSO? No. No. Maybe it was Homemaker. Oh yeah, that's another thing. We can we can build a graveyard finally. I keep saying that we'll build one. We actually can now. No, it's definitely not in workstations. I always forget where it is. It couldn't possibly be in furniture, could it? Maybe fixtures? Or would it be miscellaneous? No, definitely not miscellaneous. No, that's not it. Wouldn't be so lucky. Maybe MSO's miscellaneous? Let's see. Nope. We're definitely not crafting. I don't even know why I would think crafting. Alright, let's try furniture. Ooh, no. We're gonna try structures. SOE. Miscellaneous? And miscellaneous. Yeah, I know we've got the big cage. Ah! fully nav meshed. Or so it says. Oh, that's so much larger than the other one, isn't it? Oh, that's funny. Okay, so, well, that was kind of useless. We can't use that one anyway. We have to use this one. And so if I place it out there, all right. Well, we'll use the tried and true, the classic concrete stairs. The classic. Oh, come on. Okay. So it'd be y -10. Again, the only time I actually have enjoyed using math for this stuff. Okay. All right, that's one set of stairs. We'll do that 3 more times for the helipad. I don't know if I can place anything actually here on the helipad. I'd like to, even if I just place lights, you know? Even if I just place, like, where is it? These. I just want to place these. Can I not? Can I place it? Maybe? I mean, we'll need to bring power out here, but... Okay. You know? I can make it work. I can make it work. I can make it work. Okay. Actually, we'll go for this corner, because this one's going to be a little tricky. On this side. Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right. Now, if I were to bring power out here, let's just see what this would look like. Not that this is how the power is gonna work. No, I'll have a better way of stringing it up. I just want to see how this would actually light up the space. Okay. Well, it provides enough light. And with 4 of them, it'll provide just enough light to be like, hey, this is where you land. This is where you land, guy. Alright, cool. Cool. It works. It works for what we would need it for. All right, and then nice. And we'll go and quickly swap with you. I should look for a mod that allows me to get idle animations, you know? I could have someone working on repairing one of the tanks or polishing up one of the APCs, something. There's got to be a mod for it, you know? There's mods for everything in this game, and I do mean everything. Alright, we got this last one over here. All right. Then the one last light. And then at each of these 45-degree angles, we can place these. Okay, so if I then go like this with all the connectors, I will usually change the time of day to 8 in the morning, but I want to know how this is gonna look. All right, I could use these connectors, sure. We'll test it with these connectors. Oh, come on. All right. So now I would like to connect all of these together. Come on. So if I did this... and had them all connect to a central spot. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna replace this one with a with one of like the supercharged generators. I'm gonna replace that spot with one of the super large connector generators. Alright, well if that flashbanged anyone else, apologies, but it works. Yay. Okay. Okay. Well, that'll do. That'll do very nicely. I like it. I like it. Okay, I don't think can I actually place? Well, I probably don't want to. For safety reasons, I probably shouldn't place a vertibird right here on top of this thing, and I'm glad that I can't. Okay. Then maybe we don't place vertibirds here. Maybe not. Okay. It's a T-45 Minuteman. It's fine. No, because then someone's gonna try and stand behind it. I don't want to do that either. Okay. Man, that really brightens it up. That's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. Okay. Alright, so if we have this down here be essentially the big parking lot, as it were. Is that enough space? That's enough space, yeah. Nice. We can move it in one more step. Yeah, that works. That works quite nice. Okay. Apologies. I don't want there to be too much space back here, but also not enough space. They need to be able to filter in, but they don't need to be able to, you know, walk behind, walk behind here all the way through. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just talking. Okay, I'm just out here yapping, really. Okay, do I want to place more of these? Yes. And then we'll place a couple of tanks on this side, I think. I think that sounds good. No, that's not enough room, and if I close it off there, then no one will be able to get through, so never mind. Yeah, we'll scrap those. We'll just have, yeah, we'll have that section. Okay, that section's fine. And then remind me, what is back here? This is... Okay. Ooh, there's not... Oh, yeah, okay. If this wall's completely closed off... then I can turn this section, which I think it might have been previously, I can turn this section into a little bit of a range. Yes. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, that could be pretty cool. Building out a little range space could be pretty nice. Let's go for it. Do these even work? These teleporter pads? It'd be cool. They probably don't, but it'd be cool, you know? It would be cool. Okay. Ah, there it is. Target dummy. Oh, you know what I do? Here's what I do. I build them on that that seam in between the foundation edge. Oh, come on. Don't be like that. Okay, so I guess the front side is the foot, the peg on the left, or on our right, but the left of the dummy. Ooh, we missed a spot. How could we possibly have missed a spot? Okay. Oh, that's plenty for a range. Yeah. Okay, and then back here, about what? Maybe from here in? Would that maybe work? We'll see. We'll see. We'll build it out of... Do we want to snappy build this? Maybe? Alright, well I don't really know what the metal kit is all about. If instead we went with these. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Hmm. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult to build than I was hoping it would be. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. Okay. No, the angle is still off. It's wider down here than it is up there, so I gotta angle it just a little bit more. We'll try 1 step instead of, you know, like 10. Nope, still a bit. Okay. How about we try 2 more steps this time? No, but we're close. We're close. Yeah, we'll try just the 1. A total of 4 steps at this point. Ooh, we're so close. We're so close. We're so close. All right, like one more step should do it. Oh, come on. Okay. That'll do. Oh, wait. There we go. Actually, no, I'm going to build these on the other side, on the back side of this. Oof. Oh, come on. No. That was odd. Okay, and then we'll place these. No. Nah, it's just not the look I'm going for. Oh, definitely not junk fence. No, junk fence looks, well, like junk. And that's just not what we're here for. Excuse me, a barrier in perfect condition? I think we're good. Alright, so if we went over here towards the, yeah, what if we went with metal walls? Yeah, they'd have to be half walls, right? Ooh, even a half wall's a bit high. Ooh, yes, metal railing. That'll do. Oh, wait, come on. There we go. Okay, and then we're gonna go... Oh, come on. You're not gonna let me? You're not gonna let me place one halfway? There's no good reason for you to be like that. There's no good reason at all. Like, I know that will cover a too wide gap. That's fine. I want to be able to split these into half. Oh. Okay, so I gotta do it like that probably, huh? Wonderful. Okay. Well, in that case... let's redo this floor. Ugh. All right. So it will be 16. I mean, it was going to be 16 anyway, wasn't it? Okay. Here we go. All right, and then we'll go with you. Oh, come on. Snap properly, please. Oh, oh, you were just there. There we go. Hey! Thank you very much, Librata38 for the follow. Very kind. Very, very kind. Okay. And so you step in here, you take your shots. Now there's a little bit of a walking space back here, but I want to... Ooh, yes. That's what we can do. that might be too much. Might be too much. How about... Okay. Lots of resources I'm just going back and forth on here. I know, but... if instead we go with... No, that's too much. That's too fancy. I don't need it to be that fancy. Okay. Are you seriously not going to snap? Don't be like that. Nope. Okay. So in order to solve this, let's see. If I can put a ceiling on it, or a roof on it, I mean. Okay, so I can. All right then. Hmm. Ah, that's what happened there. Okay. So then way down here. Odd that still worked. Was there a gap somewhere here that I missed? No? Rather strange. Okay. Well, I will... I'll leave it as it is. For now. Alright, nice. Oh, wait, come on. Ooh, you know what? That actually looks kind of interesting. It looks like we repurposed an old trailer. Looks like, yeah, I kind of like that. It looks like we repurposed an old trailer for the shooting range. Okay. And we'll put some more supports back here. Oh, come on. Nice. Okay. And then there should be some way for me to attach, like you know, some sort of counter or containers or something on the back, and something up here as well. That way, whoever's standing in here and actually shooting has got somewhere to go ahead and aim. Actually practice with. So we've got okay, so we've got 16 of those, and we've got 10. Oof, only 10. Okay. Well, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. So how about we go, yeah, let's check out the furniture. What do we have here? Oh, come on. No, I don't really want that. I want like an actual counter, you know? An actual counter I can go ahead and place something on here. Okay. Ooh. That could work well. If these can snap, right? Yes, they can. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so then we'll go like this. Yes. All right. This is coming together. It's coming together. It's not perfect, but it's coming together. All right. All right. All right. They got some counter space. They can, you know, work on, you know, they can clean their firearm. They can modify it. They can do whatever they need to in that space. And I can put some shelving up there. And maybe on the shelving up here, I'll put some ammunition. Oh. I mean, I'd love to use that, but it won't let me for one reason or another. I wonder why. Can I place it? Oh, so I can place it on the back end. Hmm. Ah. Okay. So that's how I can do it. Well, that's helpful. Oh. All right. And yeah, okay. Ugh, lots of stuff going on here, but it worked. Which hopefully means I can put ammo and stuff up there. We'll see. But for me to do that, I'm going to need a clear way across for me to stand while I do so. So how about we go for some more diner counters, you know? Yeah, we'll go for the wide one. All right, hour and a half in. We are just about halfway through the stream for today. Workshop ammo. Okay, so what are the most common ammo types actually used here at the castle? The Minutemen standard issue service rifle uses 7.62. The Minutemen marksman rifle uses... Ooh, what is the M1 Grand chambered in? It uses whatever the M1 Grand is chambered in. And then we've got one more that was a recent addition. A recent addition. That is the Minutemen... Where is it? Minutemen Ranger rifle. This is that Minutemen Ranger rifle. This would be... I'm trying to figure out if I want to stick with Ranger or Frontiersman as the term. I think Frontiersman sounds a little bit more Minutemen than Ranger. This is that weapon. It is a 6-shot revolver rifle, and I went with this one because the insane amount of damage I can make it do, I can make it produce, and two, it seems like just aesthetically it looks like the kind of thing that the that the Commonwealth Minutemen would carry as one of their weapons. It's not overly designed. It's not overly overly manufactured. It's a few simple pieces. Yeah. So this is one of the weapons. This is specifically for the Expeditionary Force. Yeah, specifically for the Expeditionary Force. This would be the Minuteman. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Minutemen Frontiersmen as the title instead of Rangers. I think that sounds a little bit better to me. But the point being is that this is chambered in 308. Okay, nice. Chambered in 308, and then we've got the service rifle chambered in 7.62, and then the... Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, so we've only got 2 types of ammo that we really need to worry about here. 308 and, we only need to worry about 308 and 7.62. Makes it a lot easier. All right. Yeah. And of course I've got my own version of it, which is just the Yeehaw. It doesn't do as much damage, but that's because the scope on it is the red dot sight instead of the actual scope, so that I can use this in closer quarters if I need to. I'm still a pretty solid shot with it, but if I need to in closer quarters, I don't have to worry. I don't have to wait for the for the sight to load in before I use it effectively. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. Let's get back to it. All right, come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Workshop ammo. We need 308 and 7.62. Lots of 308 and 7.62. Okay, so this next part is going to maybe take up the rest of the hour and a half we have. Jeez. It's just going to be me essentially just going around and placing a bunch of this ammo. There's not really a way for me to duplicate the decorations. I just have to place them. And then 308 is in this. Okay. Yeah, I can get probably about 5 boxes. 5 boxes wide each. Yes. All right, so we're going to be doing that the entire way across. Going to be doing this double height the entire way across. We'll make sure to hang up some lights in here. I have to remember that even though I've got those cabins out front, this is supposed to be a military installation. This isn't a civilian settlement. This is a This is a military installation, so if I use a lot of space for one thing, I can do that and not have it be, you know, not have it be too too much of a waste of space. Okay, we do this 15 more times. Oof. Okay, maybe I should just handle one ammo type all the way across, and then I'll come back and handle the other ammo type. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that would work a little faster. You gotta remember it's 5 boxes wide of each. We should have more space on this second one than we'll have on either of the side ones for each of these panels, largely because of the post. Yeah, we're going to focus on one type of ammo. Instead of switching back and forth between the different types of ammo, I'm just going to focus on the one. Very quickly, I have a text I need to answer. All right, that should be good. That should be good. We'll see. We'll see. Apparently, there's a severe weather warning. Not that that's anything new. All right, expected to last until 11 p.m. tonight. We've got rain and a potential thunderstorm, or more than just thunderstorm. We've got a potential tornado warning. But like how specific that is, we're okay. Okay, hold on. Apologies, I wouldn't usually take this kind of pause, but it's important that I get these details right. Okay. Well, it's not like it's gonna show me an actual projected map. Which is wonderful. Very helpful. Okay, well, we are okay. We are okay. That's what's important. Alright, let's continue with this. There we go. Now it's not getting dark out here. Oh boy. That's so much more of this than I expected to. But that's what we're here for, you know? That's what this whole series is. It is long-form settlement building, obviously with commands. I got a very, very interesting pair of very contradictory comments on part 4 of this series. That was, you know, one being like, okay, too many console commands for me, and I get that. I get that. Not everyone's or too much cheating for my taste, you know? I get that. Not everyone likes the use of console commands. And then the next comment under was like, hey, very impressive. Really cool that you're using console commands. You know, you can never please everybody. You can just make the thing that you want to make and hope that that at least someone finds it interesting. That's about it. That's about it. Obviously, you know, if your intent in making the thing is more malicious or whatever, then it's probably going to be called out, rightfully so. Rightfully so. But if your intent is just to make a fun thing, then you know, you'll find an audience. It's not a problem. Not a problem. All right, we'll come back here and do that second layer. So yes, my goal with this save game, or with this playthrough, is to have 3 of the 4 factions survive. This requires that I do not kill the Railroad and do not kill the Brotherhood, because the Minutemen will only have a problem with the Brotherhood if you haven't already helped the Brotherhood with things to a significant degree. And it does not make sense for the Minutemen to get involved in Brotherhood affairs as a whole. Like, to be anti-Brotherhood, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense for the Minutemen. It makes more sense that the Minutemen would want to at the very least have an open dialogue with the Brotherhood in order to figure out what the Brotherhood's goal is here, what's going on, and if your character is already the general of the Minutemen when he goes into the Brotherhood, there shouldn't be a massive issue there. And I already did a significant number of railroad missions. I'm already in with them. I've got Deacon as a companion. I've got access to all the ballistic weave stuff. Not a problem. Not a problem. So really, the Brotherhood's the one wild card in this situation. If I can just navigate things well with them, we should be good and have the majority of our possible companions for each of these factions. And then outside of Paladin Dance, this is a question I've had for a while. Outside of Paladin Dance, who would be a particularly good Brotherhood companion to have? Because we've got several companions that aren't faction specific. Sure, we've got Preston, we've got Dance, and we've got Deacon, and X688. But outside of those four, we've got Kate, we've got Piper, we've got Curie, we've got why am I forgetting? We've got Strong. There we go. We've got Nick. We've got and then of course we've got the DLC companions. But we've got McCready. There we go. We got plenty of mechanics that we got plenty of mechanics. Whatever. We got plenty of companions that are not faction specific. So I wonder, who would be best fit for what? I think for the Brotherhood, if I were doing a Brotherhood main playthrough, I imagine that McCready or Kate would be pretty good Brotherhood companions, both because they're already merc types. They've already got some combat experience behind them. And also, maybe in both of their cases, it would be maybe the most character-driven thing to do for both of them would be to get them into a military structure of sorts, something where they can stay occupied, they can stay in a regimented group. They both have rather weary backstories, Kate being a massive chem addict who absolutely benefits from a structured lifestyle, and then McCready, the lamplighter, who would probably have known quite a lot about the Brotherhood growing up around the Capital Wasteland. Hopefully not have, a negative view of them. And then, of course, I could say a similar scenario for the Minutemen for both of them, a more regimented, structured system that they would have a little bit more weight that they could throw around in. They could help shape it, whether that's through training or through policy. They could help them. They could help the Minutemen. They could help shape the Minutemen under the it's not the Lone Wanderer, it's the Soul Survivor. There we go. Under the Soul Survivor's command of the Minutemen. Piper, I get the feeling Piper would be difficult to get Piper to be a pro railroad companion, especially because she grew up in Diamond City. She knows about all of the horrendous things that have happened because of synths. Like, if there's anyone that I could see her being a pretty good faction companion to, it would either be the Minutemen or the Brotherhood. I know that there's a way, if you go pro-Institute, you can convince her that, okay, maybe under the guidance of the Vault Dweller, who we all know and love, maybe the Institute's not going to be so terrible, or maybe we misunderstand what happened with these things. But that seems kind of disingenuous. Granted, it's not like I would expect journalists to be completely genuine all of the time, having been to journalism school. It's not like I have the highest hopes for my peers. Alright, well, this is coming along. We've only got 5 more panels of 762 to go through, which is 13 sections, but still. We've got about an hour left to handle all of this. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, okay, so for companions for other factions, I feel like Kate is a pretty solid general companion when it comes to these things. Oh, and Codsworth. Codsworth, again, very solid general companion when it comes to these things. I imagine that neither of them would be particularly have any particular feelings about the Institute as a group. You know, if Kate spent most of her life as literally just a chem addict, I don't know if she necessarily cares about Institute like any specific faction policies. More so, at least the way it seems to be written to me, is that because the soul survivor has done so much to help her, she's kind of like loyal by default. But I could see her growing to understand and appreciate the Institute and its policies, especially if it is able to get her away from the life that she previously led. Now, of course, I'm doing a lot of writing for the game at this. Like, I'm writing a bunch of things that aren't in the game. I'm creating my own canon for things. I'm creating my own reasons for why these things would make sense, not necessarily reasons that the game gives us. That's nothing new. Bethesda games kind of live and die under the, well, what can the player make of the story, instead of what is the story saying? Because the stories rarely end up under the direct influence of Bethesda. The stories rarely end up being particularly cohesive or coherent in each of these games. Look at Starfield, if you want a recent example. And I would argue that largely comes down to the writing staff instead of the direction that they're being told to go, because the writers have probably the most control over what the story ends up being. Sure, they have some I'm sure there's some executive oversight, but from all the interviews that have been done, all of the public statements, all of the speeches on writing and everything, from what I understand, Emil Pagliarulo has a direct hand in and a majority of creative control over really each of the stories, each of the major plots for these Bethesda games, and a significant amount of control over the character writing for even the companions, as you know, as the writer in charge. So it'd be nice if we had a companion more complex than, you know, what we have here. Something that I don't have to write in a bunch of reasoning for, that I don't have to explain away. That's something that's rather not that's not so much of a blank slate. That'd be nice. A blank slate for a protagonist in a game like this makes sense. It's an RPG, or at least it's supposed to be an RPG. Most of the Fallout games, certainly all of the good ones, are RPGs. So it would make the most sense for the protagonist to be more of a blank slate than the companions, because each of the companions should bounce off of how the player has chosen to characterize the protagonist of the story. Having been playing through New Vegas in some of my off time, what I mean in all this is more of your companions should be like Cass or like Boone. They should have specific goals they want. They would travel with the main character only so far as either A, their goals are being met, or B, the main character is not making decisions that are actively that would be actively anti the worldview and characterization of the companion themselves. They have more of a sense of agency about them when they do that. But in the case of in the case of the Fallout 4 companions, it takes a whole hell of a lot to get most of your companions not to follow you. Now, in the case of Preston, you know, they did a little bit more work with Preston, but it's mostly DLC stuff. If you side with any of the Nuka World Raider gangs, and you attack the Commonwealth, then Preston's going to completely change his worldview on you and just decide not to support you anymore. He's going to essentially ostracize you from the Minutemen. Now, there's a way to change it around, but it takes a lot more work otherwise. That's really good. That's wonderful. But, you know, if you already have, you know, if you have 100% companion affinity with each of your companions in Fallout, then there's very few decisions you can make that will actively get them to leave your side. In comparison, if you take Boone on as a companion in Fallout New Vegas, you know, his wife was sold off by the motel owner at Novak to a group of Legion slavers. So with the courier's assistance, they go ahead and they get a little bit of wasteland justice for Boone. For Boone and for his wife, and then you can have Boone join you to hunt down the Legion. But if you all of a sudden decide to start hunting down the NCR or allies of the NCR, Boone's going to turn on you. He's gonna have a lot to say about it. He's going to turn on you, or at the very least he's going to leave you. And if you really don't play your cards right, he's going to actively try and hunt you down at that point. As he should, you know? As he absolutely should. Now, if you make no attempt to ally with Paladin Danse, we're jumping back to Fallout 4. If you make no attempt to ally with Paladin Danse, you go through the whole Minutemen quest, and then at the end, Preston says, I think it's time we do something about the Minuteman, or about the Brotherhood. And you go along with it. Like, there's not even a conversation of like, okay, well, think this through. What has the Brotherhood done that has negatively affected us, how would allying with them be antagonistic towards our greater goal of unifying and securing the Commonwealth? And how are we going to have the firepower necessary to take down the Prydwen and Liberty Prime? Which, granted, the Liberty Prime, if you don't help, Liberty Prime is never constructed. But the Minutemen don't know that. For all we know, they should be able to fix and finish Liberty Prime. Yeah, they'll have to send out a couple of expeditionary teams to go and do it, but they should be able to, they should be able to finish up with Liberty Prime. They might not ever have Madison Lee, but Madison Lee didn't invent Liberty Prime. Play Fallout 3 again. She didn't invent Liberty Prime. Liberty Prime was a pre-war project that Madison Lee helped to finish to actually finish, but not to assemble in the first place. And you would assume that they would have had plenty of documentation within the 2 weeks between the end of Fallout 3 and the beginning of Broken Steel, which is the DLC expansion to the main story, that they would know how they would know precisely how to rebuild. They would know precisely how to rebuild Liberty Prime. They would know precisely what Madison Lee did in order to activate Liberty Prime. This isn't something that should be a particularly great mystery, especially not a decade afterwards. If you built the Prydwen in the span of a decade, you should probably understand how Liberty Prime works. You reinvented a form of travel. Shouldn't be tough. Shouldn't be tough. All right, there we go. All right, 3 more panels of 762. Now, explicitly with Curie, I could see her not being a great... Well, I could see her being an amazing and also terrible Institute companion. On the one hand, she is direct evidence to the Institute that, hey, instead of essentially creating brand new life with their own personalities, and with their own personalities and their own beliefs, their own lives, or brain scans of previously living people, we can take pre-existing robots who have developed their own personalities, and we can put them into synth bodies. What it would likely do is it would likely cut down on the potential for synth the potential for synth escape, or it would man, what am I trying to say here? It would probably cut down on the chances of the synth actually trying to escape to forge its own life, because it would already know that it was never alive in the first place. It was always a synthetic being, but it's still, as proven by Curie, it's still capable of innovation. It's still capable of all of the things that the Institute prizes. The only difference is that it doesn't believe itself to be human. It recognizes that it is synthetic and does not have a problem being that. It sounds like a smarter move, you know? It sounds like a smarter place to be. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Oh, why am I continuing on that end? Let me go back through here. But yeah, in both Codsworth and Curie's cases, they are robots who have personality subroutines, but that doesn't mean that they believe themselves to be sentient or that they believe themselves to actually, you know, exist in the same framework as humanity. So if you put them in synthetic bodies, they're not going to assume, "Oh, I must be a human." No. It's just instead of a brain scan, you're just essentially scanning the personality subroutine of an operating system, and so it already you know, in the closest thing to sentience it has at that point is the recognition of its own synthetic nature, not in any negative way. In fact, again, in the case of Curie, in a particularly positive way. As you can tell, well, not... What I'm trying to say is that the more companion affinity you have, you'll get these little side stories like, oh, well, she developed a more effective growth rate for Mutefruit, or something about, it was Mutefruit and Stimpaks is what it was. That's what it was. But she recognizes the value of having organic, having an organic brain instead of having a pre-programmed operating system, but never leaves that stage of, well, it leaves the stage of, you know, recognition as a synthetic being to, well, maybe I am alive, because it simply wouldn't make sense. So it would be more, it seems like it'd be more logical for the Institute, under the guidance of someone like the Sole Survivor, to move away from brain scan synth Gen 3 synths into personality subroutine Gen 3 synths. It just seems like that would make more sense. Otherwise, you're kind of undermining one of the not the major, but one of the major conflicts of the story. The story of, you know, the conflict of whether or not synths are human. Well, if that's the major thrust of the Railroad, but you also create a scenario wherein Curie can get a synth body, you're kind of answering the question yourself. No, synths are clearly not humans. They're essentially biological machines that you can just rewrite the operating system of whenever you need to. That doesn't make them human. In fact, that makes them the opposite of human. So either the Railroad has a point, or they directly prove their own point to be moot and completely incorrect. It's Dr. Amari in both cases. Dr. Amari in both cases is explicitly the individual who's involved in this whole process. I don't know. Apologies if that ramble didn't make too much sense. I'd like for it to make sense. And it makes sense up here, but I don't know if I was able to present the idea in a particularly clear manner. Well, we're doing pretty well. We've got about 45 minutes left, and it's just 3:08 to do. That's not bad at all. All right. There we go. I knew it was getting a little dark. It's a little too dark for my work here. I've said it a couple times, but I really do mean it. I would love to learn how the Creation Club works. Or not the Creation Club, the Creation Engine works, so that I can go and create my own mods. You know, little things, mostly cosmetic changes or decorations. Like if I could make posters that's like, hey, join, like, you know, something that's not just a wood panel that says join the Minutemen. You know, I could make paintings, I could do posters, I could do all kinds of stuff. I think it'd be cool. I could work up to, hey, here's a brand new outfit I designed specifically for the Minutemen. And you can add ballistic weave or whatever. You know? It'd be cool. It'll be a lot of off-time work is what it'll be. A lot of off-time work. Yeah, I would not have been able to do this if I was, you know, sat down here. It would be all wonky all the way across. That's actually a pretty solid amount of space for these center bits. Okay. And then each of my settlement provisioners will be dressed up. I'm sorry, I'm thinking through a bunch of stuff while I'm placing these, and I recognize I'm not saying a lot of it. So for the different Minutemen groups, we've got your standard Minutemen. We've got your Air Corps, who all have the bomber jackets, and they fly the vertibirds. Then we've got the Frontiersmen, which I certainly like more than the sound of Ranger. I think Ranger makes it sound like I'm trying to cope a little much with things like the NCR, which isn't my goal. No, it's just difficult for me to find a particularly great term. So yeah, I think Frontiersmen, the Frontiersmen sound great. The Expeditionary Force. So yeah, the Frontiersmen would be traveling around the Commonwealth, as well as, more importantly, would be traveling to places like Nuka World or out towards Far Harbor to go and set up Minutemen outposts and Commonwealth. What am I trying to say? Minutemen outposts and relations between the Commonwealth and each of these locations. And then the provisioners, to go from settlement to settlement, they would be dressed up in the... there's one of the modded outfits available is the Minutemen Post uniforms, which are supposed to be pretty cool. And all of these are able to be modified in ballistic weave, which is what's important to me. That's what's important to me. Yes, I read the thing already. Nice to know that we defeated Sony. Very temporarily though, because there's still the fight about Stellar Blade. Yeah. Just because Sony was defeated now doesn't mean it's not going to be a larger issue later on. We clearly still know the mentality of Sony behind these things. Okay, they've got a good PR team. They've got a good PR team saying this was our fault, and I'm glad that they're doing that. But it's not over. It's not over. If they're not going to do it, someone else is going to do it. I know Ubisoft wants to do it. I know that Activision already does it. I know that Blizzard already does it. It's like Okay, nice. Nice to know that this one game is safe, and I'm glad that this one game is currently safe. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. I'm more interested in the bigger picture of the thing. Now, I'm not at all saying you're not interested in the bigger picture of the thing, but with all of the celebration going on, I think we should remember that they did want to do this. It was still 100% their goal to do this thing. Well, good for them. Good for them. Or rather, more importantly, good for Arrowhead, the people who developed the game, to know what their audience wants. Because it's not Sony who's making the cape. It's Arrowhead Studios making the cape. So good on Arrowhead. Now, if we could get Microsoft, Activision, Blizzard, Ubisoft, all these other groups to start to see reason. Okay. I'd be a little bit more optimistic about the broader picture of gaming right now. Yes, but back to what I was saying. The different Minutemen groups, I've got several I want to set up, and I need to set up, I need to put together like a specific room or something where I just have all the different looks for all the different groups set up, so I know precisely what they each wear. The Air Corps, your standard Minutemen, your provisioners, your frontiersmen, and probably some other groups. Certainly the officers and the higher ranking officials. That's not hard. There's already an outfit for that. And then the Minutemen dress uniform. The Minutemen dress uniform, I would like to have based off of the actual the Continental Army, the actual Continental Army uniforms, which there's a mod for. There's a mod to turn the outfits in the red coat outfits inside of Concord into Continental Army uniforms, and I'm gonna have to pick that mod up, make sure I got it working, because it looks really good. And for the dress uniform to be a historical uniform would look really cool. I think that would be a really cool design. All right. Yeah, I definitely need a mod that provides a set of animations so that I could have an animation set for all my Minutemen to be able to, or not all of them, but a significant group of them to come up here and actually start shooting. That'd be nice. There's so many mods I need to check on. I picked up one last night that was a rebuilt Boston airport for a larger story element that I'm going with regarding the relationship that the Minutemen and the Brotherhood of Steel have. And the larger rebuild of the Boston airport definitely plays a large role in all of that. So more Fallout related things because we're playing Fallout. I was looking into for a bit. I was doing actually a lot of research for it into making a video, or maybe a video series. But either way, a project of mine was why the Fallout show simply fails as a Fallout show. And then I saw that Mauler released a video on it, and it was surprisingly only 2 hours long, which is one, not a very long Mauler video, and two, it's shorter than the amount of time that it takes to watch the show, which automatically destroys the criticism that a lot of people, one of the criticisms that a lot of people who dislike Mauler, one of the criticisms they have is, well, if it takes longer to watch your review of the show than to watch the show or the movie itself, then you failed as a reviewer because you're not succinct enough. Well, you don't need to be succinct in order to get your point across. If your point requires detail, requires precise discussion of it, then you shouldn't have to worry about how long the thing is. You should make it as long as is necessary to get your point across. If you can get the point across efficiently and in a detailed manner in less time, good for you. But when I saw this, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. This, if this is a good video, it's probably going to be able to destroy the common criticism of long man bad. And it's exactly the video I was gonna make. Damn it. Everything about it. It was exactly the video I was gonna make on Fallout. It was exactly the video I was gonna make on it, and I'm glad that video is out there because Mauler is really good at what he does. Not everyone has to like what he says, but he's really good at what he does, and he cares about the quality of the story. He's not going to tell you you're not allowed to like someone or something. He's just going to tell you why the story fails mechanically. It's exactly the video I was gonna make, and I feel really, I don't know, it's a little bittersweet for me, you know? A little bittersweet. I'm very happy that it's another Mauler video, because we don't get enough of those. But I was gonna make that, man. I might still. I just now have to reformat how I'm gonna talk about it, because I don't just want it to be a Mauler clone. And his video is really, really good. I might have to turn it into an episode-by-episode sort of thing. I'm trying to figure out what I want to name my my video essay series. I'm trying to come up with a good name for it. Because I could just go, I could go the classic video essayist tradition of title of thing, a retrospective, or title of thing, clever subtitle. I don't really want to do that. I've got like a 50-50 shot of ever having a good title. like a clever title for something. So I'd rather have it be a more standardized format, and that's more me anyway. Having a more standardized way of handling things, more regimented. That's more of a me thing anyway. So I'm looking to come up with a name for it. Looking for that, and you know, there's like not just Fallout. There's a lot of things I want to talk about. There's the Arkham games that I have all that footage for, that I need to take the time to sit through and actually create the video essay on. I've got like a second draft script for 2 of the games, and I definitely do need to work through that draft, through those drafts again. There's a lot. There's a lot, and it's gonna take a lot of time. It's gonna take a lot of time. All right, 4 more panels. Well, 3 2/3 panels left. And we're doing pretty good. We've got 24 minutes left. Yeah. Plenty of time to do our thing. Probably enough time to string up lights and some signage here about the range. Yeah. Yeah, signage really is the big thing for me when it comes to mods. I'd like to create a mod where I can put up different where I can make custom signs. Like I want a nice, well-crafted like big slab sign for the castle. That's the name of the thing, established, you know, in year whatever, and then occupied by the Minutemen, established in year whatever, all that kind of stuff. Like I've got a couple designs rolling around in my head, but I need to make the thing. I need to learn how to how to create mods for this game. Which I trust that it's not, you know, I trust that it's not programming mods for Minecraft, but I also don't trust that it's you know, installing Minecraft texture packs easy, you know? I'm actually kind of surprised how effectively that translates what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I expect it to not be the most difficult thing in the world for me to do, but also require a much different skill set than what I currently have. So it's probably going to take me a while to do that. Probably going to take me a long while to do that, but we'll see. All right. We're so close. We're so close to being done. Yeah, and I had this one really cool mod that I tested out yesterday to see if it would work. I rolled back several saves. I tested out yesterday to see if it would work if the synths inside of the Institute would have these custom outfits. It's the gunmetal synth uniforms mod. And it doesn't. It used to work, and I don't know why it stopped working for me. I don't know why it stopped working. Granted, by used to work, I mean like a while ago. A while ago, probably 3 or 4 years ago. It worked. It shouldn't have broken. There's not a good reason for it to break, because other than the next gen update and the invention of the Creation Club, there's nothing that would have broken. There's nothing that would have broken this mod. It just seems not to show up. So I must have some kind of mod conflict somewhere. Oh crap, you know what? No, what I meant to do. That's right, this is the section in the center here. There we go. Oh, there we go. Wonderful. All right. You know, when the stream is done, when all this stuff is handled, I'm probably gonna head on over and check on my family. I know that they tend to get very concerned about severe weather warnings, certainly more than I am, but might as well go and check on them. I'm sure that, I'm sure they would appreciate it. I'm sure it would be certainly nice for the dogs. The dogs are the ones that really have trouble with severe weather. Mostly thunderstorms. Mostly thunderstorms, really. Alright, next time they tell us what time it is, I'll go ahead and switch the clock around. There we go. Plenty of light. All right. Just 1 1/3 panels left. Ugh. The slow drag for all this. Actually, no, 1 panel left because we got 1/3 of. Yeah. 1 panel left. All right, 2 more. Ugh. All right, just 15 more boxes, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Oh, okay. We got all the ammo placed. Oof, okay. So that we've got 16 of these. 16 of these sections. Okay. Well, let's see. Ooh, also, real quick, what I want to do. Can I? Do I have the room to? Ooh. Almost. Almost. Okay, never mind. That's not important. That is not the most important thing here. Okay. If we've got 16. We're going to use numbers down here. All right. Yeah, I'm just going to place all the zeros first. And I'll place all the ones, because these last 6 are all going to have ones attached to them. Okay. All right. And then we're going to go with miscellaneous railings. Now we'll put one there. We'll put one at the far end. All right, and they'll both say firing range. That's what I need them to say. All right, firing range, and we'll do the same on the other side. All right, so now we add the connectors. We're kind of up close to the end today. Imagine us ever finishing on time. Completely impossible. Do our best to put one in the center of each of these, because these don't have the greatest range on them. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then in between these two, we'll go and we'll place one of these. Beautiful firing range. All of the stations are lit up, and then we'll go and add in our lights. The trusty exposed light bulb. Where would we be without you? If we set the time to 20, it looks like this. Oh, okay, beautiful. All right, yeah, we'll go every 3. Ah. Three, 4, 5, 6. Or rather, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'll place one right about there. Nice. Nice. Good, 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 good. Okay. There we go, 9 a.m. again. No, let's set it to maybe noon. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay, so we've got the bunkhouse, which, sorry, I did the bunkhouse off stream. But I won't decorate it off stream. We've got the firing range, which looks like a nice big trailer that we just sort of cut apart and fixed. We've got the planters are now up there instead, which I think adds a level of extra security to it while still providing plenty of floor space for us to build things. This is going somewhere else entirely. These can move, maybe. I don't know, maybe. Also, I placed a bunch of the castle doors in each of these doorways, except for this one, because apparently there's no other way to open or close this. Like, even if I close it again, I can't open it from this side. So we're kind of stuck with that. And I like the set piece too much, you know? I enjoy the set piece too much. I don't want to destroy the set piece. It looks too cool. Okay. We've got the holding cells. I still need to find some way of creating static guards for this space. There's got to be something, you know? Got to be something. Some static guards I can just sort of put there. All that kind of stuff. But yeah, we're doing well. We're doing well. It's looking pretty good. Also, that pen for the Brahmin. Let's actually go check on that pen for the Brahmin. Should be, I think, down this way. Yes. Hey, look at that. He's in. He's actually in. Good job, Brahmin. Good job, Brahmin. And then we put all the vehicles back here. We opened this up by a half foundation. We put a bunch of vehicles back here. There's definitely more decoration we can and need to do back here. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And my screenshot for today, I think, is going to be this angle. Maybe we go down like this. Yeah? Yeah. Nice. Great screenshot. All right. Well, that is everything for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm glad to be back. It's nice to take Sundays, but, you know, I don't want to do too much off camera. This isn't like the Project Gotham map where basically everything is off camera. And even if I was to do something off camera, or I were to stream the build process, there's like millions of buildings I need to make for that thing. It's not like I would be wrong for making anything off camera. Maybe on camera I would like, if it's an important building, I would make sure I only did that on camera. You know what I mean. There's a lot. There's a lot going on. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm glad that this series has done particularly well on the YouTube side of things with the VODs. I'm very, very excited to see how well that's gone. Thank you. It's because of you guys that it's doing so well. I hope it continues to do well. It's been really, really nice to see, and it gives me a sense of hope. A sense of accomplishment and hope for the content that I'm creating. Really nice. Really something I really needed, honestly. It's been quite the week. It's been weekend. But yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. What I'm trying to say is thank you all so much for watching. If you want to watch the full VOD will be available either tonight or very early tomorrow morning on my VODs channel and gaming channel on YouTube, CN Games. Obviously, if you're watching there already, you know this. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have been doing great. Everything is in the description. Follow me on Kick. Subscribe to my YouTube channels. And there's other ways you can choose to support me if you feel like doing so. I don't want to be shilling them, but there's other ways to support me if you feel like it. And I think that's everything. So I will see you guys tomorrow with some more Fallout settlement building, probably more stuff for the castle. Approximately the same bat time, but definitely the same bat channel. All right. Have a good one.